Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's discuss the
Morning,
fundamental
sir.
steps that you have to take. The most fundamental step is identification of problem. You cannot handle everything, but you have to identify one problem area where your business will work. Ultimately, your business must provide some services to the society. If the society is benefiting from you, your product is excellent. Today, you find huge shortage of oxygen. This is the opportunity. This is an opportunity. If there is a possibility that somebody has a tie-up with some plant, that some plant is available on lease where oxygen can be made, this is a good business opportunity here. A lot of plants are lying idle in India. A lot of plants are not operational. And those plants can be taken up on lease, can be taken up on rent, and you can start manufacturing oxygen and selling it to the hospitals and to government. Business opportunity is nothing. Looking into the requirements of society, what the society wants and what is not available. Society is demanding, society is willing to pay price for it, people are willing to pay price for it, life-saving drugs are there, you require them. And there are plenty of opportunities available. The only thing is you have to apply your technical and your managerial skills, your business skills, so that you are able to meet the requirements of the society. Wastes. Huge wastes are piling up in India. In every city you find the municipalities are dumping away wastes. In fact, they are incurring huge costs in collection and storage and putting of these wastes. They can pay huge prices to you if you give a proposal to municipality that look, I want to set up a waste disposal system, I want to set up a waste management system, I want to create a utilization of the waste management systems. They can pay, the municipalities can pay you some prices. You can regenerate this waste into concrete, into road construction material, into some other material, and this can be a good business opportunity for you. Large number of uh, you know these kinds of large number of problems are there, are all around us. You find which is the problem, which is the most pressing problem for which there are immediate options for you to receive the payment. People are just waiting for somebody to take the lead. So you find out that, right? People, a large number of people these days are fed up with urban life. They, I mean, the cities like Delhi, the cities like Mumbai have become hell for various reasons. One, they are highly crowded. Second, there is so very high amount of pollution. Third, there are so much of crime rates. And today, due to work from home and other provisions, people can relocate. Now, people in staying in Delhi, people staying in Mumbai want to go out from these cities, these large cities. They want to go in a very environment-friendly suburban area, which is located near these cities, so that they can easily, if required, they can easily commute to their office. Most of their work they are doing from home. Now, if you have a good location, or if you can take on rent, on lease, some good environment friendly location, maybe in the, let's say, in the mountainous region nearby, or maybe in some near by places, which is a very good location, you can construct the temporary houses there and offer people the luxury of staying in very environment friendly location, very good location, very peaceful location, with very good internet facilities and other things, so that people can come there, spend some time, 1 month, 2 months there, and then get themselves recharged and then can go back to their home. These are business ideas. On these, you can think large number of resorts are lying vacant there in many places. I mean, around Delhi. I mean, some slight distances from Delhi. Now, those resorts, you can convert them into temporary houses, so that people can come there, stay comfortably, and then can go back. These days, the most the things that are most demands are hospitals. Yes, hospitals are in huge demand. A large number of buildings are there in our country which are lying idle. Large number of buildings are there, and these buildings can be taken on lease, and they can be converted into hospitals if you can find some doctors. That is the critical thing now. If you can find some doctors, if you can uh, find some doctors and nursing staffs, immediately this can be a good business opportunity. Immediately you can take large number of buildings on lease, convert them into hospitals, and provide people the care, the facilities that you require. Now here comes the next planning, product planning. Because four types of important planning you have to do essentially, rather six type of planning. One is product planning. What is going to be your product, which is differentiated from others? You set up a hospital. There are plenty of other hospitals. How is your hospital different? How will your product be different? So the product has some core component which are common everywhere. You cannot change much. For example, if it's a hospital, there will be some doctors. If it's a hospital, there are some medical equipment. There are some testing facilities. There are some um, post-care facilities. All these essential steps are there everywhere. But there are some elements on which you can differentiate. Your hospital can be different from others. For example, you may include in your hospital a very spiritual environment kind of thing. You can create an environment where people feel very, very devoted to the God, comfortable. There are very good bhajans going on. There are very good, things like that. You can create within your hospital um an environment which is very high cleanliness, which has very high cleanliness, which has very high very good arrangement of cleanliness every 1 hour. So those kinds of things can be your differentiator. So the first thing that you have to do is product planning. Product planning means there how is your product differentiated from others, so that your product becomes a unique product. Your product is something very, very different. That is the most important. So you have to undertake a thorough planning. Spend a lot of time in planning your business. Your planning, when you think about starting a business, spend at least 1 year in making detailed plans, undertaking discussions, undertaking analysis. Talk to some experts who are related to the product. Ask them, I want to differentiate this product. What are the options available to me? What are the different features that I can add, which nobody else is offering, right? You are setting up a hospital. Can you add some feature which no other hospital is offering, right? If you can add if you can provide those features, obviously people will remember your hospital. There will be brand, there will be demand of your hospital. Your hospital will be considered a premium hospital, and people will give your hospital the first choice. So product or services, they're planning, adding some features, removing some features, adding some elements, removing some elements, adding the elements which can provide greater convenience, greater facilities. So product planning, all these are part of product planning. The second is pricing. How can you differentiate your pricing? In other companies, in other organizations, they are charging one shot price, and you convert it into EMI system. Every customer who comes to you doesn't have to pay. He has to make an EMI form, file an EMI form, with tie up with some banker. He doesn't have to pay. Immediately you start offering the services, and the pricing is in the form of EMI. This will be differentiator. So these are the differentiators that can enable you to reach wider customer segments. You can, get more and more customers. Other people's, you know, uh, for example, IIM Ahmedabad. If you take admission into IIM Ahmedabad, the price is high, but you don't have to worry, because There are large number of bankers who are sitting there. As soon as you take admission into IIM Ahmedabad, you have to just go there and fill up your home loan, your education loan application. Nothing else to be done. Thereafter, you don't have to worry. Once you complete your education, you get definitely you'll get placement, and you'll be able to pay your education loan from your income. So no problem at all. So this is how the pricing becomes, you know, differentiated. Otherwise, you go to IIM Ahmedabad for taking admission, and they are asking, let's say, 11 lakh rupees, and you find yourself in trouble. How to arrange 11 lakh rupees? But then these are the options. So product, design your product, differentiate your product, price, differentiate your pricing. How can you differentiate your price? What should be the way which you can differentiate your price? Right? You don't follow what others are doing. You do something new, which nobody has tried. Okay. The third is product distribution, ensuring that the product is available to the customer at the nearest spot, most conveniently available, most convenience, customer convenience. Now, look at Coca-Cola, Pepsi. They have appointed their distributors all over the country. Even in small villages, you go, you may not find their other things, but you will definitely find a shop which is selling Coca-Cola or Pepsi Cola. The priority of these companies have been to spread their distribution network so much that it is available widely. Why? So that it is convenient for the customer to buy your product. Right? Now, in case if you set up a hospital, this is not possible. You cannot, you know, spread your hospitals in every corner, but you can have tie-up with the local doctors there. Those local doctors can, treat their patients, and if they find that the patient require care and in your hospital, they can refer the patient to your hospital. The patient can get full treatment in your hospital, and post treatment again he can go to his home city, home village, where the local doctor can again give support. So these kinds of tie-ups can help you. This is again adding convenience to the customer. If you have these kinds of tie-up, your patient will be able to get support, right? And then promotion of your product. Promotion of product means how to give advertisement, how to give publicity, how to give, brand, how to create brand, how to create, word of mouth publicity. Today is the time of referencing. Today is the time of recommendations, online reviews. This is the time of today. Online review. Plenty of online review websites are there. First thing that you have to do is, once your customer is fully satisfied, ask the customer to log in on internet, give 5 by 5 top review to your company on Google. This is the best marketing step you can do, and request him to write there itself his comments on Google review. Why? Because right now, before he leaves your hospital, he can spare some time and immediately write the exact review that he has in his mind. He's fully satisfied, but his satisfaction should be known to the public. See, the problem in our country is we generally are very poor in marketing. We are doing good work, but we do not share, you know, those things with others, right? If we start sharing those good things with others, people will come to know what is good, what is really good. So create reviews, create Google review, right? That is the best way to promote your product. I tell you, the sheer publicity of newspaper advertisements, or sheer publicity, sheer printing of an advertisement in magazine would be waste of money, because that will not work, truly speaking. Today, customers have full information, and people do not rely on the paid advertisements. But people have trust on other customers. If you are a customer, you want to buy something, what is that you are going to do? Will you rely on newspaper advertisements? No. What you will do, you will talk to somebody who is already, suppose you want to buy a bike. What you will do, you will find your another friend who has just purchased a new bike. You will ask him, what is his feedback on that bike? You will depend on that. You will rely on that because you'll believe that he is giving you honest review. And if I tell you that, look, there is an advertisement in a newspaper, will you rely on that? No, because you will say it is a paid advertisement. Why should a company give correct review? Companies will give only their strengths. They will highlight only their strength. They will not inform about their weakness. It's general feeling. This must be understood. Therefore, if you have to prepare your marketing strategy, how are you going to prepare your marketing strategy? The simplest marketing strategies are pay full attention to your customers, give 100% to your customers, and when the customer is fully satisfied, request the customer, please put your honest review. Put your honest review on as many review platforms as possible. That customer may not be able to do, you get it reviewed by him. You take your laptop to your customer, you take your pad to the customer and ask him, please, will this write down your review, write down your comment. If he cannot write, you write whatever he say and ask him to put it to his email ID on the Google platform. So online reviews, and similarly, if you can record a small video clip of the satisfied customer, put it on YouTube and link it to your website, link it to your various social media pages like Facebook, Instagram, etc., so that your customers' feedback is available to others. So simple. You have to dedicatedly appoint an employee exclusively for this purpose. Exclusively for this purpose. That is most essential, right? The biggest problem is most of the companies spend a lot of money on newspaper advertisement, on so many things, but they rarely appoint somebody to take care of customer, to take care of the feedback of the customer, to collect the feedback of the customer, to uh, re- undertake a video shoot of the customer who is giving feedback, and to put them on the YouTube channel. These steps are necessary. Then another step is training of your manpower. Very important. Each one of your manpower, suppose you are running a hospital, you have 100 employees. Each one of them should wear one uniform. Each one of them speak one language. Each one of them should have one style of giving their services, one style of talking, one style of presenting. That comes through training. Every employee should wear same dress. That is most important because this will create true branding. This will create true differentiating. Exactly same dress everybody wearing. This will create branding for your hospital. Every employee from top to the bottom. What the most hospitals do, their mistake is they do train their top people, but they fail to train their other staff. But I'm saying from top to the bottom, even a person who is chowkidar, you should also speak the same language, the same style. Everybody should speak the same language, the same style. This is a part of your own training. This is how you can differentiate your company from other companies, right? Another point that you have to keep in mind in running your business is that you have to differentiate your company from others in terms of processes. The processes that you adopt should be different from others. They will help you. Yes, they will help you because people will remember you for your processes. For example, I'll tell you, earlier, BSN was the only company. providing telephone and telephone services. When private companies came, what the private companies did, they simplified their processes, completely simplified. While in BSNL people had to wait, in private companies they did not. While in BSNL the processes were long, complicated, was not very clear. The private companies made their process so simple that it was so convenient to get connection. This was differentiating. This is important. You set up a hospital. There are other hospitals also. There are government hospitals. There are other hospitals. You change your processes. You make your processes more simplified. You make your processes more transparent. You show to your customer, we are really different. Our processes are different. If you change the processes that are there in other hospitals, modify them slightly, improve them, put attention on this, what will happen? You are able to differentiate. And this differentiation will be a positive mark for your hospital. So this will enable you to attract more customers, retain more customers. Customers will talk about you to others. If your customers start talking about your company in the market to everybody, if your customers start telling everybody that look, that organization is really different. We went there, it's really different. Nobody, no other organization is like this. This is the best publicity. This is the best publicity, nothing else. If customers will start talking, next day people will start talking. Next day there will be social media advertisement also for you. That will be created by people. Somebody is talking about you on WhatsApp. Somebody is talking about you on Facebook. Next day, some newspaper channel will come. Newspaper channel or some media channel will come. They will say that we want to show your organization to others because people want to know about you. If they will undertake a shooting for you, will be a big publicity because it is non-paid. Remember, people will not have trust on paid form of media, but people have very high trust on non-paid form of media. And what are the non-paid form of media? The non-paid form of media are when your customer is talking about you, when the some relative of your customer is talking about you, when a newspaper channel is talking about you, when a correspondent is talking about, a journalist is talking about you, when a doctor, a general doctor who is not your employee, is talking about you, that this is a good hospital, right? When practitioner, medical practitioner is talking about you, that this is a good hospital, right? When an NGO is talking about that this is a really good hospital. These are the points that you have to create, right? So you have to work on these points, okay? And based on these, you have to, you know, create your USP. What is USP? Ask every day, have you created any USP? U for unique, S for selling, P for proposition. Unique selling proposition is you have to differentiate yourself. How do you differentiate? We've discussed every point. Product, differentiate. Price, differentiate. The way you deliver the product to the customer, differentiate. The way you train your employees, the way your employees look, the way your employees behave, the way your employees talk to your customer, the way your employees interact with the customers is also differentiator. So USP, this is where you have to create USP, right? The way you uh, take the feedback of the customers, the way you give individual attention to your customer, that again is differentiator. These are USP, unique selling proposition. Create as many unique selling propositions as possible. They will enable you to differentiate in the market. You will be able to remain in the market because you are able to create unique selling propositions. Then what else you can do? You have to train not only your own employee, you have to train your supply chain, you have to train your distributors. How? Suppose somebody is coming to supply your product in the market. For example, you have hired you have given franchisee or you have appointed a retailer, right? Suppose you are manufacturing um, organic food, and you have appointed large number of retailers in organic food in different cities. Now, a very important task for you is to give a basic training about your product to your retailer. This you can do through Zoom meeting. You have 100 retailers all over India to sell the organic products that you have made. For example, you are manufacturing organic apples and you are selling those organic apples all over the country. There are plenty of retailers, right? Other companies are not training. Radha, beta, can you mute yourself? Yes, thank you. I was telling you, suppose you are manufacturing organic apples, all right? Apples, others are also manufacturing. They also have. I mean, suppose you have made a tie-up with a large number of farmers. You are giving them guidance. You are collecting apples from them, process and packaging them and selling it all over the country, right? This is your business. Now others are also selling apples, but then differentiate yourself. You appoint retailers. You know about who are the retailers. Suppose some fruit sellers from different cities are your retailers, right? Request them to have a Zoom meeting once in 15 days or once in a month and tell them, give them information how your product is different. Give them information about USP. Show to them how you you ensure good quality in your farms. These points will give confidence to your retailer. Your retailer will confidently tell to the buyer that, look, this is really a premium product. This is really a good product. That will help you. No other is doing. If only you are doing, you will succeed. If others are doing and you are also doing, then this will not become USP. But if others are not doing and you start doing it, you will create USP. You will be able to become successful. See, business is all about mind. You apply your mind into your business. You try, put in your best efforts to see that you are able to differentiate your business practices from others. You are able to connect with your customers. And if you want to really connect well with your customers, you also have to connect well with your supplier. Complete chain. You have to talk to your supplier also. Tell your supplier that we want the best product, nothing less. You have to create a supply chain, supplier to you, to your customer. In between all the middlemen who are there, put them into your part. Interact with them, train them, share information with them. You have to share information with them. Teamwork is the essential of business. Why large companies are able to succeed? Why large companies are growing? Because they are able to get the advantage of synergy. What is synergy? The collective power of team. 1 plus 1 is 11. That is because of synergy. One individual trader cannot earn so much. When two traders combine together, create a brand, start selling in the market, their collective power becomes bigger and they are start earning more. That is synergy. So business is the result of synergy. Organization is the expression of business synergy. You are not taught about teamwork. It is unfortunate that our education system doesn't train you in teamwork. But if you really want to succeed in life, if you really want to succeed in business, train yourself in teamwork. Working in team, which requires, I mean, working in team is different from working from alone. While you are working alone, you have to pay attention only on yourself. When you're working in team, you have to uh, be demanding from your complete team. You have to, demanding means you have to ask them to be on objective, and you have to also perform the best to show that you are on target. You are putting your 100% attention to the objectives. That is where the teamwork is essential. So people have to be trained in teamwork. You have to train yourself in teamwork. You train your employees in teamwork. Your employees may be ordinary employee. Doesn't matter. You need not hire the best employees of the world. You need not hire the best employees from the best IITs or something like that. No, you may take ordinary people, but make them outstanding team performer. Yes, make your employees outstanding team workers. That is the most important lesson that you should learn if you really want to set up an organization, if you really want to start your startup, if you really want to develop your organization into a great organization. A powerful team is the most important thing, but powerful team cannot come. You have to train people. While you are selecting people, look into the elements of teamwork. If there is an employee who says he has never worked on any team project, he may be individual outstanding employee, but don't select him. Select that person who has at least shown once that he has worked well in a team. He who enjoys working in a team, right? Select that person, right? You can ask simple question: have you played football? Or have you played chess? He says, I have played chess. Then you have to ask, have you done anything in which you have worked in team? No, then you are not fit for us. If he says, I have played football, that means he has learned some bit of working in a team. You can mold that person easily. You can then give them training. You can train that person and make that person suitable to your organization. Your task will become easier, isn't it? So remember these points, right? So start from today exploring around. And you don't have to be very rich person to start your startup. What you are required to have is your ability to connect the resources. Plenty of resources are available. There are people who have factories which are idle, lying idle, not used. There are people who are needing certain product. There are people who are willing to do marketing. There are people who are willing to do selling, door to door selling. They are all available. What you require is an entrepreneur who can connect all of them. The person who has a factory, you may request them to be your partner. The person who has extra resources, financial resources, you can request that person to be your partner. The person who can do marketing, you can request that person to be a partner. The person who has expertise, technical expertise, you can request him to be a partner. These are all simple steps through which you can connect all of them. And by connecting all of them, you can start your startup. So simple. You have to become the hub. You have to connect all of them. And you have to ultimately create your products or services which can serve the society. So simple. The society will always have a demand of some products which are not available. Society will always have demand of some services which are not available. Meeting those demands through your dynamic applications, through your ability to connect, through your ability to connect with those who are resourceful, those people who have, and you can connect them and offer those products and services to the society. Yes, profit will flow to you. The most important thing is not, you don't have to focus on profit. The most important thing that you have to focus is customer satisfaction. The most important thing that you have to focus is on creating unique selling proposition. The most important thing that you have to focus is on ensuring that you have developed products which will meet the requirements of the society, which are beyond the expectations of your customers, which is giving more than what customer wanted. Give customer more, and obviously this will result into The customer will be willing to promote your product to others because he has got more than what he wanted. Society is exchange relationship. If you give more than what customer expects, what will happen? The customer also wants to give you more, but your price is fixed, you cannot take more. Then what happens? The customer will tell others that please buy product from this company, please buy this product from this company, so that the customer doesn't feel indebted to you. The customer uh, feel happy. The customer feels happy that he has also paid back to your company. Okay, you tell a customer, if you do the opposite, what will happen? You took 100 rupees from the customer, but you gave the goods worth only 50 rupees to the customer. Now the customer realizes that you have cheated him. What will happen? Customer didn't get the right value. What will happen? Now customer is dissatisfied. He wants to get his 50 rupees back from you, which you have cheated to him. He will not be able to get it. Then what he will do? He will tell others that this is a, cheater, and thereby he will feel satisfied that fine, no problem. I have paid a lesson to this company. He has cheated me. I have told others so that he will get suffer. This is simple law of exchange. You understand the simple law of exchange. You understand the simple basic principles of USP, how to create USP. You understand the simple the law of demand and supply. Society demands, customers demand, and you have to meet the demand. These are basic fundamentals. And the most important thing is your own passion, your own ability to stand that, yes, I have to bear the uncertainty of starting a business. I have to put in my hard work. You have to go to the markets, you have to talk to the customers, you have to understand the fields, you have to meet the customers to know their requirements. These are the most essential things that you have to do in your starting journey. And if you will start your journey with good intentions, obviously you will achieve tremendous success.